Dear John, this.
You, that was good.
Well, to be fair, I've only got to hit one button and it's cut. That's it. Everything else is still running.
We're actually, I think we're actually on time.
I think we are. I think we're pretty good.
Richard, do your thing.
Hang on.
Oh,
Okay.
Hey, what number is it?
93.
Cool. Shall I start now?
Yeah, this is the behind the curtain, isn't it?
Hello. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Ideal Home Show, episode 93. Tonight, we are joined by our special guest host, Chandler Bing from Friends. And
Ms. Chandler Bong.
The vaguely related podcast.
Vaguely.
If you want to talk over my intro, put your hand up.
That's fine. That's where he's from, I think. Craig, what's up?
No, I'm just
chilling.
Yeah.
Vaping. Cool. On tonight's show, we will be exploring all the news and happenings in the vape world.
I don't want to interrupt. Did you actually say that I was on the show?
No, we haven't got to that point.
Oh, sorry.
Also on the show tonight, we have Vaping V1CK from the YouTubes.
That's him.
It's me. Check it out if you haven't already. We have John from justadnick.co.uk, the UK's #1 e-liquid supplier. We have Craig from the Ideal Home Show, the only UK vaping show that is broadcast on a Thursday. And that is that. On tonight's show, we will be drinking alcohol. You can tell we already have. We'll be talking...
Yeah.
Hold on. I could do with a cue card, actually. That'd be quite good. If we had a hidden person holding up a... Anyway, so we'll be squonking quite a lot. We'll be talking about squonking quite a lot. There will be guaranteed stuff on the show. And that's about that. Let's get into it. John.
Hello.
How has your week been? I can't believe everyone's got a paper and pen to hand.
I am.
Hey, look. God, it's my bottle.
How was your week, John? How do you feel about own brand products at supermarkets?
Whoa.
What are you vaping on? And what did you have for lunch?
What was that about own brand products in supermarkets? Was that a question?
How do you feel about own brand products? Do you buy them? Do you use them? Do you prefer them?
Okay. And then what did I have for lunch?
How are you a fan of that genre of consumable?
Okay, I'm going to go with the week question first. It's been a good week. Busy. At work, which is good. Own brand products. Do we use them? Just trying to think. I don't think so. Maybe toilet paper. But don't worry, this has got mileage to it. It's fine. It's all right. Hold on to your seats, people. I went down. I went like that. Branch off. I've got a story. You're fine.
They know we prepare this bit on Tuesdays, don't worry.
Yeah, exactly. When I first met my darling wife at university, and we went. Well, she wasn't my wife then. We didn't get married then. Me. She was just my girlfriend. But she was at university in Norwich, and she had to go shopping because she was moving into. She'd moved out of halls and into her own flat, her own house, sort of shared house thing. And so went shopping. And the first time I went shopping with my wife, and she needed some toilet paper, and she said, can you grab me some toilet paper? And I said, yeah, of course. What colour do you want? Right, thinking, it's a lady thing. What colour toilet paper do you want? You know, colours your bathroom kind of thing. And she said, this is how I knew she was a keeper. She said, I don't care. I'm going to wipe my ass with it.
Nice.
Fair.
Also, white or get the fuck out.
Yeah, I just really like the idea. Because I was like, I don't know what the fuck you want, mauve or purple, green or whatever the fuck colour there is. But she just said, I don't care, I'm going to wipe my ass with it. And I was like, high five.
Snoop Dogg uses black toilet paper.
How do you know when you're done?
Don't know.
How do you know? My boss uses those like wet wipes kind of thing.
Yeah. He finishes with a wet wipe.
Yeah, and then he starts, I think, the whole thing and then dries with a normal piece of paper.
They say they're flushable, but there was a thing in the paper saying they're not that flushable. So be careful if you use wet wipe toilet paper at home.
What did I have for lunch? I had a kind of I suppose it was an own brand. I had a Tesco's pasta pot, which wasn't very nice. They kind of do two at our local Express Tesco's. Do spicy chicken or cheese and tomato, and the cheese tomato is quite shit.
Yeah.
What am I making on? Oh, tomorrow. But tomorrow is good day for lunch. Friday is always treat lunch for me.
Is it?
Yeah, and my treat lunch would make most other people blush because it is disgusting. Fucking awesome. And it's a crab stick and sweet corn mix that you buy.
Oh God!
In a bat from the sandwich shop, which is disgusting, but I really like it. I don't even care. It's horrible.
Crab sticks.
Yep, crab sticks. Yep, it's made of smashed up fish, flavoured with crab, and dyed pink.
Oh God!
Only as a treat.
I strangely like. Yeah.
Tonight I'm drinking Elvis juice, and I've already had 2 glasses of red wine, so it's going to be a good show. I feel it. Hang on, I've got 2 smonkers set up. I've now got the SQ set up by Signature Mod.
Good, isn't it?
Sorry, yeah, it's fucking brilliant. And got a little bit of a shine on the back with a Goon 2 on the side.
1.5. No, 1. In fact,
Goon
1
1
that is.
with a been converted to just give it a squonk. It's been converted to bottom feeder by Rick, the mod maker Grove, and it's been built by Rick, the mod maker Grove, actually. And in it, I've got mojito, cactus mojito. And inside it, I've got a Vape Fest wrapped battery. There you go.
What's the name of the website he runs?
It's modmaker.co.uk.
Oh yeah,
That's the one. I'm going to say something about battery wraps, I think. Oh
yeah.
That is really good. Battery wraps, I did a giveaway last week for battery wraps. I think only 6 people entered, and so I said they could all have battery wraps, and only 4 of them sent me their address. So 4 people got them. And other people have turned their notifications off. If you turned your notifications off, go back to that thread and that you've actually all won wraps. It was a bit of a trick. And then send me a message. And if you are on that thread, I will send you out some wraps. What have we got next? Next up, I have got Abolishment in the Serpent BF on the top of my Rock Mods box. And that's quite funky.
Yeah.
The Serpent BF is all right.
That's stretching it a bit.
Yeah.
It's arse about tit, isn't it? It's arse about tit.
It's quite spitty. It's a fucking knobhead to build and rewick and stuff like that. And nothing makes sense. Like
No.
the airflow doesn't make sense.
What's the deck on it look like? Because I didn't watch Richard's review of it.
I'm not showing you because it's twat to get it out, basically.
Oh, okay.
It's got a cup. It's sat in a cup, isn't it? You have to push out the 510 to get it out.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
You can't see the deck while it's on the mod.
No, and you can't pull the top cap off because the cup, it's obviously it's the cup, so you can't go and like have a look and make sure everything's all right. And if you're a novice skunker like me, that's really no good, to be honest. The flavour's quite good. It's a bit spitty. There's not a lot of clearance from the top of the posts to the top of the actual atomizer. That's like. As I say, the flavour's not bad.
Yeah,
they just should have thought about it a bit more. I don't know why they did that. I picked up the same mod twice. And last but by no means least is the Dacus flask that you can't see. It's blue, not black. With a bit of... what's it got in there?
It's not
Got
fucking
some mint in it.
raspberry mint, is it?
It's got raspberry mint in it. It's got raspberry mint in it, and it is the Vapor Giant Nano. And yeah, on top of the Dacus flask. If you want a Dacus mod, Dacus mods on Facebook.com.
It's quite tall for a nano, isn't it, Chandler?
It's muted.
It's not called Dacus mods.
Hey!
There you go.
Chandler was just saying it's quite a tall tank for a nano.
Like a little thumb.
It's a bit big for a nano, to be
my
fair.
middle finger. No, it's got.
If you
I got the name of someone. Give me the name of Mike Dacus's mods on Facebook.
Abstract.
Abstract mods. Go and join the Abstract mods group on Facebook and follow him on Instaspam as well. And he posts up pictures of his mods and sells them. Definitely worth having a look. Next, we're going to go with Chandler because that was only have got 3 mods on the go.
Oh.
Chandler, your questions for the week. How's your week been? What did you have for dinner? What are you vaping on? And who was the last person to tell you your flies were under?
Right, okay. How's my week been? Fine. I've been off work unpacking boxes out of my garage, which is really exciting.
What do you do for a living? Is that something you can say or not? You can say.
I work for a software company.
Oh, okay. Right.
Oh, God.
So, and I go around and I sell software. Basically, there you go.
Do you fancy moving to Leeds?
Sexy Scottish friend who does that.
Don't go north.
Don't go north. Yeah,
No, don't go north.
I've got a big patch. My area is basically South Yorkshire.
If you get some cream, that'll go.
Scotland.
Don't worry about
What sort of software?
Oh, wow.
It's education software, so it's mainly schools and things like that. So there you go.
Right. How's your week been? What'd you have for dinner?
Right. This is where I get completely confused. Do you mean my midday meal or my? Because we're getting into the dinner tea.
No. I'm always talking about tea. I'm talking about dinner. What do you have for dinner, which is the evening meal?
It's bollocks.
No.
I always ask you lunch.
I know you do, but I always want dinner.
I can't believe this has only just come up after 100 shows.
Are you telling me that the dinner lunch thing has never come up in a podcast?
No, because they're northerners and I'm not. There's only me and Rick who are actually holding up the south end.
That's half the show. Don't say only you and Rick. That's half the show.
Half the show. Dinner.
Yeah, but dinner is what you have.
I tell you what. Let's fuck it up. Do them both. What did you have? What did you have at midday, and what did you have this evening to eat?
I haven't ate a lot today, to be fair. I had a really exciting for my lunch. I had a bowl of muesli. There you go.
Wow, that's not proper.
Yeah. So I know. I've been off work. I got up late and didn't have any breakfast, so I had my breakfast at lunchtime. Hey ho. And I had just had some toast for tea. There you go. Nothing exciting.
Toast and muesli.
Toast and muesli. That's all I've had all day. So now I'm on the whiskey. This is
Basically,
going to be really fun.
You had two
That's
breakfasts.
perfect. That's a very
have a
good,
shit like-
nutritious.
Nutritious meal.
Shit,
Yeah.
like a
I'm
pinhole in
down
the
with
morning.
Just don't tell
I think it's
my mother. She'll have a right to go at me. You're not eating properly.
I've just sent her the link to the Hangout.
Oh, great.
You can
Right,
tell I
well-
haven't been on for 2 weeks, can't you?
Right, what am I vaping on?
You can go with that, or you could go with the flies question.
The flies
That's
question.
always-
I can't remember the last time someone told me my flies were under. However, my father-in-law came round at the beginning of the week to help me mow the lawn. And yeah,
That's not something
randomly.
you managed to do.
It's not. Look, to be fair, if he doesn't come round and give me some motivation, I ain't gonna cut the fucking thing. Grass.
What does he do? Does he sort of cheer you on from the edge of the kind of
No.
grassy bed? Go,
No,
Chandler! Go, Chandler! You can do it! Go, Chandler!
He just turns up randomly at 9 o'clock in the morning and starts mowing the lawn, and it just makes me feel so guilty. I've got to go out and help him. It's instead of just saying, "Oh, have you mown your grass?" He just turns up and starts doing it as if to say it's about fucking time you mowed your lawn.
How does he get the mower? Is your wife already up? Is that how it works?
No, he brings it with him in the car.
That's mental, right? Yeah, no, that's
He brings his own
You
mower.
must live in a nice bit of Sheffield, because not many houses in Sheffield have lawns, do they?
Normally they take them. Yeah, they take the mowers. That's what they normally do there.
Yeah, normally in the garage and it's gone.
If you've got a
Yeah,
lawn,
sorry.
does that mean you ain't got a snicket?
What's a snicket?
No, we got a gentle around just going down to the main road. Gentle. It's got a jut in it.
John's fake.
Both of these sound like sexually transmitted diseases.
Are you saying you haven't got a ginnel or a snicket, John?
I have no idea what the fuck you're on about.
Amazing how small this country is and how divided
I don't know what they are, John. I don't know what they
And
are
if-
either.
And if you're not careful, you
This
can have a
is
gentle coming off your snicket, and that's just whoa.
Yeah, well, if you've got that, you're going to get mugged.
Yeah, too late.
I'm going to a fucking doctor's if I've got that.
What about the flies? We started off you.
So anyway, the point was, I went out and I mowed the lawn and did all that and had a coffee, and then went to the loo as you do, and realised I spent the entire morning out in front of my house without having done my flies up.
in front of your father-in-law as well. Must have been. Awesome.
Yeah, he just did not comment at all. He must have noticed, but he just didn't say anything.
I don't want to bring it up.
No.
What are you vaping on?
Right. Okay. I've got.
People wonder why this lasts so long. It's because we just fuck each other over with stupid questions.
Oh man. Yeah. Right. I got this at Vape Fest. I've got a Rock Mods Squonker. There you go. And it's fabulous. I love it. And I've got a Wasp on the top, Wasp Nano, and you were saying Nano. That's a Wasp Nano, and that's the Engine Nano.
Yeah, the engine nano's not nano either.
It's like huge. But anyway, there you go.
That's the worst drip tip I've ever seen.
Which one? That one?
Yeah.
That's there you go. I got that from. If you just said it's the worst one, should I say where I got it from?
Yeah.
I got that from M Vapes Fine Mods.
It's almost not their fault though.
No, I don't think he's made it himself. To be fair, I just bought it because it was the same color.
Oh, it looks even weirder if you use it. I don't know why, but that makes it worse. Yeah, it's weird. Worse. It's weird. I don't like it at all. I'm with you. That is the worst drip tip I've ever seen.
I'm sorry, but I can't be doing with that. I mean, that's just like sucking on a mod without a top on it. It's just.
You can do
I
that,
agree, but
It's like the only reason they've done it like that is to say, oh yeah, we're not forking out to put a drip tip on the top, so we're going to sell it nice and cheap without a drip tip, and we're going to shape it so you can think you can vape it like that. But no, I hate it. I might as well just put the whole thing in my mouth. And
I know what you mean.
but
Yeah,
there you go.
I kind of get it. I just think the ultimate is extending the ultimate seems crazy.
I'm going to send John one of these Ultim ones.
To be fair, when I got it, I hadn't seen the white or black ones. The clear, the frosted one is very tempting. So, right.
Sorry,
other one.
keep disturbing you to make it funnier.
It's fine. I need something to work from, so it's fine. I've got my M-Vape. Talking of M-Vapes, there's the M-Vape squad box.
Lovely.
The one that I chucked on the floor. There you go.
That's nice.
So, and I've got the bullet button from Lee McAndrew. Yeah, I think that looks great on there, and I've polished it and everything.
I'm not a fan of gun-related things, but I do like the button.
It looks great, doesn't it? And I've got and I picked the drip tip up from Golden Vape.
Oh yes, especially in short. It's very good.
Yeah. Because you can't get goon tips. You can't get very many tall goon tips. So, and I quite like a tall drip tip. There you go.
Sweet.
Okay.
And I've got a non-squonky as well. I've got my CKS icon with a troll on the top. There you go.
There you go. What do you make of that mod?
The mod, interesting. It's not. It's not as reliable. Not. I don't mean reliable. The ohms seem to fluctuate when I'm vaping on it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
With a Rouleau, I've got a Rouleau and a fuck's that? That's a X Cube. And once you put your ATI on it, it kind of sets the resistance and stays with it. Whereas this reads it every time you fire it. And so with stainless steel, it changes the resistance, and you fire it and it changes the resistance. But there you go.
Yeah.
So, and it just drives me a little bit loopy. But it's great on an I've had it on bypass mode, using it as a series box. Great.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
there you go.
I was trying to get some of the shine off my forehead. Turns out not possible. I just noticed you've got a bit of a 5 head on the go as well, John. It's good.
I am just thinking it's probably because I've got my camera on top of the telly. It's just accentuating it. I haven't.
Oh yeah.
That is what it is. Yeah.
If I'd got the camera lower down, it would just look a lot shorter, wouldn't it?
You've got the Essex facelift.
Yeah. You need a bigger telly.
We're not so good on it.
Oh, hey, I didn't tell you what juices I would got on, but that's probably because they're not from Just Had Nick, so it don't really matter.
They the juices.
It's a walled garden.
Oh dear me! Yeah, I know. I've got that in me. Tickle Me Pink from Chef's Flavors. I didn't think I'd like that as much as I do, but I do. So I just bought 100 ml of it. That should keep me going for a week or two.
Never heard of him.
Never heard of him.
I'm kidding.
And I've got if I can find the bottle that it's in. There you go. That's what I've got in my. I've got the Blacksmith from Steaming Guns.
Oh yes.
There you go, which is a pecan. It's a pecan pie flavour, and it's bloody gorgeous.
Really, I really felt the juices weren't up too much. I don't mind. I think the branding's quite clever, but I don't really care about the juice.
Do you know? I thought if I'd got I'm thinking of another juice line company. I'd probably go for this one. This is I quite liked. I didn't expect to like all of them, but I did. Strangely.
Cool.
So there you go. I quite like the Steaming Guns, but there we are. I wasn't expecting to. I wasn't expecting to, but when I tried them, they were nice.
So you've got to pick somebody now. Then
You've got to pick somebody and do your questions.
Right, okay. Who's not gone? Is it only?
There's only been me and you so far.
Oh, me and you so far. That's all right. Richard, how's your week been? What are you vaping on? And who's your favourite Batman?
You forgot about the meal. Yeah.
You got to ask me what I want for lunch. For lunch.
Have I forgotten something?
Ask about the fucking lunch.
What did you have for breakfast?
Hey.
Yeah, yes.
There you go.
I know the answer because it's Richard, and nothing is the answer.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've got an amusing 5 minutes on what I had for lunch.
Have you? All right. Okay, right. Let's
go
just
again.
do the
Take
edit.
two.
Okay. Yeah, start again. So, Richard, how's your week been? What did you have for lunch? What are you vaping on? And who's your favourite Batman?
Great questions.
Seamless. That was.
There you go.
Great questions. Okay. Well, favourite Batman. I was just thinking about this. Just today. I was literally thinking.
It's something that weighs on my mind all the time. Yeah.
I'm going to say 2 because I think Adam West is just
Oh God.
on an unobtainable level. It just will never be done again like that.
Yeah.
A bit like Connery as Bond. So I'm going to say Adam West is number 1 at the top. But I actually, do you know what? I actually really like the potential of Ben Affleck as Batman.
I haven't watched any of the new things at all, so I've just no clue. I'm kind of Michael Keaton or something like that. Really.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with Keaton. Obviously, Clooney was a bit hamstrung by.
Yeah,
he was hamstrung by the nature that.
Kilmer do it? Didn't Kilmer do it?
Huh?
Kilman did Returns, didn't he?
Yeah, he did Returns.
Yeah, he was fucking awful, a fat twat.
He watches the show.
One viewer's just gone down.
Foul, you're a wanker.
181.
So I'm going to say Adam West. I don't get me wrong. I think Bob Monkhouse was good. He had he brought a certain brevity to it. But I'm going to go West. Lunch I had for lunch. For the first.
He's gone. He doesn't even give a shit.
For lunch, for the first time ever, I had a Five Guys.
Five Guys, any good?
Have you had one?
Me, no.
Have you had one, Craig?
No.
So it's like a posh McDonald's.
So I've heard people drive like miles for
They've just opened up near where I work, and so I took a guy that sort of filled in for me a bit last week.
What you're saying is you had Five Guys in your lunch break?
Yeah, all 5. So it was really the actual quality of the food was top notch, really, really nice.
Right.
But it was just 10 pence shy of £15
Fuck that.
for a small Diet Coke, a small chips, and a bacon cheeseburger.
No way.
Get to fuck.
I'm serious.
That's ridiculous.
That was takeaway as well. I don't know.
Nah.
Fucking hell, I hope they carried it out for you.
That's unbelievable. That's
I actually
unbelievable.
hope there was 5 guys and they all fucked you while you were eating the burger.
They fucked me at the till.
For £3 each.
Yeah.
15 quid. Fuck
It's
that.
unbelievable. Sure, it's unbelievable pricing, but it was really good. So it was a nice one-off experience. But I can't afford to go there every day.
You could have 3 McMeals for the same price.
The exact same meal at McDonald's would have been about £3.
Oh no, yeah, it'd have to be. It'd have to be mind-numbingly amazing for the money. I wouldn't pay that.
It was great, but just surprising.
I remember the first time I went to my friend's drive from here to Thurrock, which is like an hour and a half, just to eat.
Nando's.
No, what's the terrible Mexican?
KFC.
What's the terrible Mexican? American.
Oh, Chiquitos.
Oh, fuck. No, Taco Bell.
Oh.
Taco Bell. It's really weird. It's like dog food. Like instead of minced beef, they use dog food paste, and then they try to make tacos out of it, and then it gives you extreme diarrhea after eating it. I can't think of why the fuck you would ever eat it. It's like it's below Tesco value grade. It's like disgusting, horrible shit.
Yeah.
All smashed into it.
In World War II, they gave it to constipated soldiers.
I'm not surprised. That would definitely
I
blast
bet
you
you could
through.
fix leg wounds with the fucking stuff as well.
Yes, so that is that. My week has been quite. Freddie's got chickenpox, so it's not. Fantastic. He's a bit young to get it. You know, it's like he's itching and he doesn't know why. And
Oh, poor little Freddie.
up all night. There you go. So it could have been better. Also, when you come back to work after a week off, it's like the catch up is bonkers.
He's back.
Good God.
Don't
Of
worry,
all the-
Chandler, you've missed nothing. I had 5 guys for lunch, and and I
Yeah,
had something to eat
that's
as
sandwich.
well. And my week's been tiring because Freddie's got chickenpox.
Oh no. Anyway. There you go.
Okay, so what am I vaping on? Okay, so I'm vaping on my Coil Art D Pro on top of my SVBF from Nigel Moxon. I'm just really, really pleased with it. I'm really, really happy with it. It's exactly what I thought it would be, and it's perfect. And juice in here. I have this one in there.
Oh.
And
John just went, hey, while he was muting.
Hey.
You can tell from his face. This is John's yay face. He goes like this.
Hey.
I have I am also vaping on my current Zero Fucks setup. I think Mark Todd in his vlog called it a beta. It's the iJoy Captain, the dual 2700 mod with the Cleto XO with 0.27, the original 0.27 coils from the original Cleto up in the capacity. In there, I've got a juice I was sent this week, actually, so I should probably mention them. Homebrew. Homebrew. And it is Whippy Wafer.
Is it good?
It's all right.
It tastes like a whopper.
That's their big shout out.
Thanks
No, it's
for
all right.
Is it, would
I
you
haven't
like
got
a whopper?
Yeah, I ain't got
Danny
time
Whopper.
I'm working.
by the way,
my
Chandler, you're muted again as well, by the way.
It's all right. I wasn't saying anything interesting, so it's fine.
It doesn't matter, we never do. That's why you just need them open.
Just in case you do.
Oh
Just in
man.
case you do. We don't want to miss it.
Yeah, we don't want to miss it. Write it down.
Can you see I'm really very technically minded here,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Also
Sorry, go
vaping on my Aspire Speeder kit.
Spice speeder.
This
Ooh.
is not going to be. I guess you can tell by looking. It's not going to be the TPD one.
Right.
Quite a big.
Is it me or does it vaguely look like a Star Wars speeder? It's
maybe-
got that kind of Star Wars thing going on about it.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah.
Oh, look, it's Rick's here.
It's Rick Grove.
Rick
Oh,
Grove
hang on.
from modmaker.co.uk.
It's not actually him yet.
Oh.
It's just a.
It's just a face.
Yeah. He's-
Should we just keep waiting?
yeah, just keep going. He'll appear.
Okay. So the Aspire Speeder kit comes with a brand new tank. I don't know the name of that yet.
It's a look, isn't it? I don't know if I'm a huge fan of the look. I'm one for talking about tank sizes.
They've,
That's quite a big
I
one.
agree. I agree. It's a very strange look. It's sort of brushed grey, and it's very rounded. And the thing is, though, and Craig will agree, I think the Archeon was like a really good mod from Aspire, and so this was sort of like their next one, and it's the same for all intents and purposes. It's the same board, so that's good.
Oh, right.
That's a good thing.
So you may as well get an Archon then, because the Archon just looks better.
Yeah, I think so. I think so a bit. I do feel like that a bit. Obviously, the tank's different. It is. There's nothing functionally wrong with it. Even the tank is actually pretty solid as well. It's just a looks thing. Some people really like that out there look, and some people don't. I would say it's quite stiff fire button. I don't know if that's just me. But yeah, I've only just got that, so that's very much first impressions. And this, John's already shown his off, but I'm really, really impressed with this.
So
The SQ.
I don't know if you. I modified mine a very tiny bit on Rick's instruction because I didn't have the bottle that came with it. So I put a mod maker bottle in. And Rick told me how to bend the whatever you call it, contact. Yeah, and for me, the throw on the switch is absolutely perfect. It's less than a mil, probably about half a mil. So I just think
it's I don't know if I'd lulled myself into. I don't know what I expected to receive. I guess I was just expecting just a sturdy little squonker, but every bit of this is bespoke. It's really short, really short. It's custom shaped thing.
Did it take anybody else any time to work out that the other panel came off?
Yes.
I didn't realise, and I was really struggling to get the batteries out.
Yeah, that's the point I realised as well. Yeah, the back comes off as
I can't
well.
believe I'm on a show with you two. Jesus.
So you can take off both sides, and you end up like that. And it's so fucking simple. Like
what a testament to the actual back door that you didn't know it was a door. That's what I mean. I think it's all so well put together. And
have you seen the silver Punisher doors that they do as well with the aluminium ones?
They do the coloured one.
Yeah.
They do all sorts of coloured ones as well, don't they? For it.
I think it's fantastic. The fire button's unique. The shape is unique. It's really small, really sturdy, absolutely rock solid. Clever thing with the battery because that makes it 10 times easier.
Yeah,
it's great. They've got the
bottle
top cap, everything.
And you can't get this squonker, whatever the squonker is that you really want. I mean, this doesn't. It really, totally seriously. I've had a Frankie in my hand. This beats the shit out of it. It works.
These two are just absolutely top drop. Just rock solid, really nice to use, well put together. So I don't know. Everyone's each to their own, but these are, as far as squonking goes, these are sort of end game for me in terms of a daily driver. I'm going to try and get some a bit fancier at some point, but in terms of day-to-day squonking, they absolutely nailed it. They've absolutely nailed it with this, and they've been doing it a while, and they did all those really big mods and stuff. I did actually have a dual parallel one.
That's the bit that got me. Yeah, that's the bit that got me was the fact
that 39 minutes into Handtricks.
Yeah. It's the bit that I didn't expect as well, because all of the other mods that they've done before were all just way too big. They were almost over-engineered, some of them were, but this, they've got it. Yeah, it's dead right. It's absolutely dead right. So
somebody just made a comment, and I get what you mean. They said the only thing it's missing is an MM510. Yeah, it probably is.
I think he's doing something with them, isn't he? I think.
I don't know, but I am missing spring loaded. I know you can adjust it, but it is a
mod maker. The bottle's
I had it slightly off last night. I went out for dinner last night, and I had the contact slightly off, so I had to keep fiddling with the ATI, and it was doing my head.
You see, I just set it once, and that's it.
Yeah, I had it within and that's dick of right, and then so I just had to get fiddling with the ATI.
So that's that. Craig,
hello.
How has your week been? What did you have for lunch? What are you vaping? And
Don't mention the curtains again.
what is the last thing you text messaged someone?
Oh, that's good. I like it. I like that.
You don't have to say who,
Damn it.
but if it helps your alibi.
Who was the last person I texted? I bet it was probably at Vape Fest because I don't text many people. I'm kind of on the internet most of the time.
Internet.
It says here, it might have been you. No, it wasn't you.
Was it just shut
no,
up
it
when I
was-
was saying, where are you? Where are you?
Oh, it was my mate at work. I had to get a bag. I had to get a bag for Vape Fest, and I went and said, in case you read it by mistake, his previous message, which said bag, I sent him another message that said bag. So,
Very
so
good.
as you do.
Right.
Yeah, what did I have for lunch today? I had a baked potato with cheese and a packet of crisps. What am I vaping or not? Oh, how's my week been? Yeah, all right. Pretty busy. Keeping it. Oh, God, I'm presenting. Yeah, I've got it, Richard. I've got it. There you go.
You weren't presented. That was wrong. Yeah, no, it wasn't.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I know. Yeah, so yeah, it's all right. Just ticking over. Yeah, it's all right. What am I vaping on? I've had a few bits this week. I've kind of like been pulling in from various places, all atties and things to fit on top of things. So I've got the SQ with a little Origin BF on top of it, little tiny little thing there. I do like the SQ and I do like the Origin. It's very, very good. And in that, I have got Greedy Fish Blunt Nose, the one that Riyadh's doing it. Alpha Vape, is it? I think up in Denny. So yeah, it's one of Riyadh's one. So I'm on that. The other thing that I'm on is I've got a wasp, a black wasp. So I've got that on top of the very small. Look at that on top of the SVBF.
With a piss strip tip.
I was going to say, you still got piss yellow drip tip on
No,
the top.
no.
Look,
No,
you were meant
it's
to get
yellow.
a clear shot tonight, Jana, but you kind of opened yourself up because you had a fucking piss
Yeah.
top cap with a piss tip. You can't have both.
No.
This one's a different one. This one's a different one. This drip tip is this one is actually made to go on the yellow rock mods. So it's made to go on that. So it's like Perspex. The drip tip is like a Perspex drip tip, and it's neon. It's like neon yellow. It's really, really bright. So yeah, I've got the BF from Nigel, and I'm really liking the Wasp. I think it's absolutely awesome. I've got last weekend I got a load of wire delivered, all sorts of stuff that I've got piled up over there, and I've got Nichrome 80 in it. So I'm using Nichrome 80, 7 wraps around 3.25 millimeters. It's quite aggressive. It does get quite aggressive. So yeah, I'm really liking that. So it's one of Nigel's. Nigel's been using a lot of that wire, and he kind of like pointed me towards a decent build. So it's a bit low.
Can I just say, I got a bottle of Greedy Fish as well from Riyadh, from Alpha Vape in Denny, and it's brilliant. Really good. Really enjoying it.
Yeah, I've done a good job, Annie. Done a good
Mango
job with that. Oh yeah, you got the mango, not the mango custard, is it? Yeah, I think yeah. I got the donutty, peanutty, buttery thing. Yeah, so in that I have got Planet Cracker from DB Liquids. You can also get this at Just Add Nick as well. So you can get that. Next thing I've got one of the clear wasps on top of the.
That looks really good, actually. To be honest, like that.
On top of Chris Scott's. So on top of that, I'm really liking regulated squonking quite a bit. Actually, it's quite good. Sorry, Paula. I'm going to get Paula's disappointed face for the rest of the year now. So.
Do you find that? Great. I will say, I've tried squonking in the past.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of times. And I think we're in the era where everything is correct. Everything's come together. From people like Rick.
Yes.
Rick's made the Emblem 510. The bottles are no longer shit. The atomizers, people have actually put some thought into them and they actually work from feeding up. So previously I thought they sucked. They don't, because there's been a shitload of work into it. They really have. Skonking used to suck. Really.
Yeah, I kind of think we skipped the whole blue foam esque stage of squonking, I think, and the silicone wicks even, to be honest.
Yeah, fuck that.
I think it's the same reason that sort of mechs have come back in. Like, I think RDAs are better now, batteries are better now, and
there's so much more choice of wire as well. NIA,
wire sticker, the whole shebang. Aliens, Claptons.
I do, it does. You can get a few more options in there. I'd like to see a few more regulated. I guess there are a lot of regulated skunks out there. I've not been looking too hard, to be honest. It's kind of, I've got enough to be playing with at the moment without going.
I think a decent middle, I'm not taking anything away from the higher end, but I think a decent middle would do really well. Like 80, 90 quid, 80 up to 100. I think you would do really, really well if one of the big manufacturers like Wismec or Watofo came out with something that worked. Doing all right.
Yeah, just
and order their bottles.
Just got interested, right?
510s from whatmaker.co.
But I do really like the Wasp. I'm really enjoying that. I think even if I bought it as a dripper, I'd probably find a bit more pleasure in the Wasp than I did with the Hadley. It just got little tiny things that kind of help it out a bit, with stuff like the fact that the posts on it, there's kind of a gap underneath the post. You won't be able to see it on there, but there is a gap underneath the post that you can. You kind of get a gap underneath, so it means that liquid will get underneath where they are. So it means if you do tip it up, it's going to go under the posts rather than out the air hole and stuff like that. So, but it is a lot easier with squonking because you don't have to kind of over drip it or do anything else like that. So I guess the Hadley kind of is a good squonker, but I just think it sucks as a fucking dripper. It was terrible. So I've got that, and in that I've got Blueberry Fluff from DB Liquids and Just Add Nick as well. And then the last thing I've got is, you could behold the colours.
Oh,
look at that.
Half mod.
So I've got the half from Osric's Benji. It's fucking brilliant. I love it.
It looks amazing.
The thing when you mentioned meeting Benji's absolutely delightful. Met him at Vape Fest. He's just lovely. Really modest and lovely bloke. Really was great.
Yeah, talented bastard as well. Because I mean, the design for that's really. It takes me a little bit of putting it back together again at the moment.
He did the proper introduction thing. The kind of thing. Hi, nice to meet you. And he went, I'm Benji. Yeah, the Benji. And I was like, that's not completely stupid. But, in a really modest way, not in a shit twat way. He was really, really nice.
I got him confused with Ryan Dorr because they're both small and have got beards. So
they don't look anything like each other.
Just don't do that. It's bad enough as it is. I ran up to him at Jam and I hugged him, thinking it was Ryan, and it was actually Benji, and I'd never met Benji before. And then I see Benji at Vape Fest, and he's like, I'm sure I thought you were Ryan Dorr, and he just said, I thought you were kind of like quite personal when I first met you. So so he's done a great job. Yeah. So I really like it, and he does the Stabwood and Delwyn.
The chat are not loving your dripper. Kaz Hellcat said that looks obscene.
It's don't. I have got some news on this. I have got some news on the butt plug, which is the following.
Is that I read today? I won't reviewing butt plugs anymore.
You know. Oh no, you're right. Yeah, he's not doing it. Yeah, he's not doing it anymore, which is a shame. That is.
Just dildos.
Motherfucker.
I want to know how long you spent actually matching that half up to it, making sure you'd got the matching colours.
Oh God, no time at all.
Have you got one waiting in the wings? Yeah, this will match the butt plug.
Yeah, it's kind of. It was definitely just a. No, it was just. Yeah, there's no, I'm colorblind, so it's never going to work on anything. This thing isn't. But it's a great vape. I really like the vape on it, and Banshee's done a great job with them. And inside that, I have got Vape Kitchen Bad Mother Custard from Vape Kitchen. I really like that. It's really nice. So yeah, and then other than that, I use my hydrogen a bit. I've used that. Today was the first day I left the house with a squonker, just armed with a squonking device. That's the first time that I've gone to work without an Origin or an Ubuntu for a year, at least a year. So it's kind of, it was exciting. It was all very exciting.
Squonkers are a revelation for that, aren't they? Being able to just pick up the squonker and go. You don't need a bottle of juice. You don't need anything. You just pick it up and go.
You need about 8 batteries.
Yeah, I mean, it's easier with regulated because I get so, I kind of vape unregulated and I'm still not used to it. I still don't like it. That drop off is just fucking killing me. And you have to give it a bit of welly as well. I don't, it's like I'm running 35 watts through a single coil on the NI80. But the regulated on Chris's one, I used that today, and I used that exact setup today, and it worked really, really well. But I still do like my Origins. I like the vape off an Origin. I like the cadence and the airflow and everything else off it.
I think we're going to have to push on and go to the news. I think we're going to have 50 minutes in. We've not done.
We need to get. Yeah, we'll get weaving.
Is this
right?
Right. We're hand checked out. 52 minutes. I will start the news.
Yeah,
Vape. I haven't got the name for the Vape event in Manchester on September. I do have the date though in front of me. It is September the 9th in Manchester.
Vape Life Expo.
Vape Life
Expo. At the moment, at the moment they are still sorting out vendors for it. They're not exactly sure what's going on, but as soon as they know what's happening, they will let us know.
I will say, if you're a vendor and you're up there and you can get in contact with Vape Life, I would honestly do it because it is the perfect place to do it. And I would be going up to Manchester, but my mum, who is from Wigan, which is not that far from Manchester, happens to be descending upon us that weekend, so I can't go. But go on, fucking do it for the Vapors of Manchester. I think it's a good idea. The next thing I've got, I'm taking a close. I put a post on our Facebook page, www.facebook.com. If you search the Ideal Home Show, you'll find it. It's still a funny joke. I don't care what anyone says. Asked the other day for recommendations for closed systems, and I'm just mentioning this because there's such a split opinion across the board of closed systems and the things that people recommend. The first person says it's great, the next person says it's shit, and it's so on. It just never seems to be the thing. I really want to take a closed system with me to me and my wife are going to India. In case anybody gives a shit about my social life, I'm going to India in the last day of September for the first 2 weeks of October. We're going to go to New Delhi, and then we're going to Jaipur, and where are we going to? Where's the Taj Mahal? There. There's the Taj Mahal, and then we're going to spend like 9 days on the beach in Goa. So and I really wanted something closed system, and I was going to take some high nick 50 milligram salt nick, which I'm still going to do. I think I've decided on a grape to take with me. I thought I'd just mention it seems to be really split opinion across the board on those. Yeah,
whenever I've kind of prodded that one, I've kind of just gone and asked Dan Mudd it because Dan's quite the wizard when it comes to all his closed systems and stuff like that. From doing his vape shoppy stuff, he's pretty good as Dan. So.
It seems to be, for me, every time you look at one system, there's a problem. Like people say, it's refillable, you just need a screwdriver, a pair of pliers, a pair of gloves, 7 Allen keys. And you're like, oh, that's not refillable. Fuck am I going to do with that? Battery life, wank. The way you charge it, wank. An issue after issue after issue. But I will be taking a closed system away with me. Richard's sending me something. This is nice.
Oh,
This is the latest one. This is the iCare 2 from eLeaf. It's all right. Like you say, though, it has its thing. Like, it's only 600 mAh or 650 mAh.
But I don't mind. With the high nick, I'm hoping I can get around that. I'm also taking the billet.
It's only a 1.3 coil as well.
I might even take a Skonker with me because I'm going to take a 0.7 Nautilus because this will be the third time I've taken Nautilus coils away with me. The last two times have been shit, but I believe in the Nautilus 0.7 coil. So I'm going to take those away with me as well.
Squonker will be good for the plane because it won't flood.
Yeah, I'm going to be. Yeah, I'm hoping for the closed system. I thought would be good.
It'll flood.
Right. Anyway, next thing I've got in the news. Actually, I picked it up today, which was news from the other side of the globe. The Australian government. We've spoken about Australia. We've spoken about New Zealand. Have just rethought thing and taken off a lot of the legislation that's preventing the sale of vaping products. And Australia look like they're coming down to it because the headline is "Rethink Required on Approach to E-Cigarettes as Smoking Decline Stalls." Which I thought was quite good.
It looks a bit like that.
Yeah. So I've got, it is worth asking why smoking reduction efforts may be stalling in Australia and whether e-cigarettes could help minimise harm. In public health, the orthodoxy of harm minimisation is entrenched, especially when it comes to the use and abuse of drugs and alcohol. The principle is approaches of outright prohibition or abstinence towards drugs and alcohol use ignore the human reality on some level of use. Is it better to recognise this fact and to develop approaches that ensure negative consequences are minimised and contained as much as possible?
Hey.
But it goes on to compare heroin to smoking. Which I fucking
The obvious comparison.
Yeah, thus needle exchange programs are funded by taxpayers because it's better that if people are going to inject drugs intravenously, they do so without the harm of spreading disease, which would worsen public health overall. Similarly, fucking hell. Similarly, supervised injecting rooms operate on the idea whether this is better for a drug user to do their thing in a contained space rather than out on the street. This is really weird. It's about vaping. And if an overdose occurs, is it better that this happens, whether there is a chance of intervention rather than lonely death? It's a sound approach. But curiously, it goes out the window when it comes to a product that, at the very least, holds strong potential as an aid to assist people to quit smoking and avoid premature death. Fuck. Gee, you've really got to sort out your analogies because that is a fucking weak one.
It's going. This is mental, isn't it?
It's ridiculous how much they go on about heroin.
Have you seen Australian news? This is probably a broadsheet for them.
I have. A dingo stole my baby. That's the most famous one.
I think Sam's probably one of the most normal people in Australia.
Yeah, absolutely. I saw an amazing clip on the news, and it was the news broadcaster who was just wearing a smart T-shirt for the 10 o'clock news. They were on about some new rule that some governor had brought in, and he swung round on his chair, and he said, "What's all this about, bub?" And the governor appeared on the screen behind. Obviously, first name must have been Bob, but I'm sure he was supposed to address him as Governor such and such. But what's all this then, Bob? And he was like, "Oh, right, mate, yeah." He just went off. It's just incredibly informal.
Bizarre.
Uh,
Bizarre.
the next one is just an inquiry. Really. It's going to be a discussion point for the four of us.
Oh yeah.
And I've just posted it on the group as well. Well, I don't know if Craig will have an opinion on this because he's not much of a drinker, but I wanted to have the topic is booze liquids. What are your fail safes? I think there are vapes that go really, really well with a drink.
I'm sorry, John. We're going to have to pause that because it's 10 o'clock.
Oh, sorry. It's 10 o'clock.
It's time for What's in Craig's Drawers.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So,
A, B, C, D, E,
It's
F, G.
time. What's in your drawers?
get your
Stop.
requests in.
Don't.
Yeah.
God,
D3?
D3. Schwartzy. D3.
It's been
What
bent
the
for his
fuck
own
hell, you're not
system.
playing chess.
D3, yeah.
Okay, I'm going
Butt plug to D3.
to pick one. It doesn't really matter, does it? And then I'll grab two eyes because we're so
I
far.
guess
behind,
he wants the fourth along, third down, if he wants D3.
Well, that's empty, so that kind of.
Could be the fourth down and 3 up.
I'm just. Oh, fucking hell.
Third. Oh, right. Kaz has said C, so that's third at the top.
Right, okay. You keep doing the same. God damn it! I've got to get more fucking shite, haven't I? That's what this is.
I can help with
It's
that.
going to be
No, you
expensive.
just shuffle your drawers around.
I've been doing that all night. You just can't see my hands.
You're watching the Ideal Love Show. What's in Craig's Drawers?
Jesus Christ! No, I've got the same one. It's the one with the mage in it and the fucking.
Right, just pick another. Just pick another. Just pick another.
Pick them up.
No, I'm going to pick something. No, I'm going to pick something random off my desk. No. Just carry on.
It's got to
John,
be a
carry
draw.
on.
Pull another draw. Pull another draw.
Someone's gone with G3. How big do you think the fucking drawers are? It's not the crystal
I've done
maze.
this one. It's just fucking. It's kind of like I've got the one with the aqua in it. I've got the one with the aqua FX. Is it? I can't remember if it's. Yeah, I think it's the FX. The one with the aqua V2 in it.
Oh yeah.
The one with the council bin in it. It's the one with the council bin. I've got to get more. I've got to get more bits. It's kind of like we'll pause to what's in the
random
drawer.
stuff.
I'll tell you what. No. We can just. I just thought. All right, hold on 2 seconds. Somebody. Okay, we're going to do John's drawers quickly. You can have.
John's got
one to 2. A, B. Oh, A to D. Hold on 1 second. John's drawers.
John's drawers.
I have no idea what's in them. John's drawers.
Is it
Chandler's looking through his drawers as well now.
I've got
A to D,
I've got
1 and
tins.
2.
D, 2D, 2D. That was.
Someone's put E. Oh, 2D. We've got 2D. Hold on 1 second.
God, I've got so much fucking tat. It's unreal.
I'm going to send him even more tat. Those drawers are going to be
No,
jam packed.
You're going to fill my drawers. Oh, God.
This is the Ideal Love Show with What's in John's Drawers. I hope it's vaping related stuff.
He's back. He's got some more
Fucking
drawers,
hell.
but he's back. Right, what have we got?
What have you got?
Got an old, very, very old dripper. What is it? A bridgeless 510. There you go. That's that.
Fucking hell.
And a broken Cherry Vapes vase drip tip.
Just keeping hold of those two just in case, John.
Just in case, you never know, they might come back. Right,
Yeah.
and then back to the news. Seamless.
Right, so we're talking about beer juice combos.
Here we go with beer juices. Richard, since you're talking, what would be your number one choice for a beer?
For a beer?
For a beer vape, for what goes with a beer?
Right.
If you're going to go out for a drink, what are you going to do? If you could choose anything.
One of the, ironically, due to its name, a massive favourite, and I drink a lot, as you can tell by the emptiness of the bottle. Get Pissed is a really, really great flavour to go with a beer because it's fresh and it's clean, but it's such a contrast. Like, I don't know, I think a lot of minty vapes sort of work.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah, and that's a mojito. It's cactus.
Yeah, it totally works with a beer. I don't know the science.
And where can you buy that in the UK?
You can get that from justadnick.co.uk.
Chanand Labong. Ms. Chanand Labong, what would be your if you're having a beer, or you're having a whiskey, or you're having a wine, or you're having a Shinzano?
So is that it? I only get one.
Yeah, you get one.
Yeah.
You only get the one.
Yeah, you've picked it now.
Cheers.
Fuck it. I'm not going to get any.
You will.
If I'm having I don't drink that much beer.
You can have what I just said: whiskey, Shinzano, lime, and lemonade.
Yeah. All right, if I'm going with a whiskey,
A diamond white behind the bins at the cinema, whatever. What you gonna
whiskey. If I'm going for whiskey, I tend to go for a bakery flavour with a whiskey.
Oh.
Something nice and creamy, just to go with that. So there you are.
I like it. But
So
you have to name.
I've got a name. One.
Oh, we need.
I don't know why I'm going in my cupboard. Lemon tart.
Oh, from Dinner Lady.
No, well, there you go. It's a one shot. There you go. That's a lemon tart one shot. It's an open recipe flavour that I got from Darkstar, and that is gorgeous. I haven't tried the Dinner Lady one.
Oh, okay.
But that's there you go.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
Slight correction, John. Sorry, just to step in. They don't have cinemas in Sheffield. They just go to the one house on the street that has a telly.
and a VHS player.
Hang on. Penistone has got a cinema, right? Penistone is the only cinema I've ever been in where they still have an interval. So they have an interval, and they have a last comes round with the tray and ice creams and all of that malarkey, which is fantastic.
Is that where you're at then?
Yeah.
No, it's about 5 or 6 miles away from where I am. Okay. So I'm not far.
It's a bike ride away.
It's
takes the hose with it and just does it all at once.
Carry on. Sorry.
If you were forced to have a beer, what
it'd be
with that beer?
It'd be Planet Cracker. It'd have to be Planet Cracker because it's not so sweet as it's going to kill it, but it's kind of got that cereally kind of thing going on as well. And it's like, and again, it's a little bit lemony. I think like slightly citrusy vapes kind of win.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, but I do like that kind of like Planet Cracker slightly bitterish as well, so I do like that.
I like it. I've just I posted this. I posted it on the group as well, which was liquid that goes with booze. We've got a few answered there. Some smart asses, obviously. Muddit went with more booze.
That's a good name for a juice. It's a good name for a juice.
Dan, lime goes with anything else. John with whiskey. Fuck's sake.
Chandler, are you doing your laundry?
I'm just considering, what you were saying in your drawers and hiding in my drawers. Well, you can see how much I think. Look at this. Here you go. There you are. That is whiskey flavour concentrate that I've had for years, and I've got a rum one as well. And
oh god.
To be fair, there is a reason why they're still in my drawer.
Yeah, we all know what that reason is. We're going to carry on with the thread. Joshua Tobaccos, Matt Waits says citrus, Luke Sinclair. Hello, Luke. I saw you earlier. Limonzilla from Coil Vapes, R.Y. Hoare from Frank. A custard or bakery flavours with a stout. Ros went with any. Or any.
That's Rob.
Colin, Durrant, Cactus, Adelaide, Slime all day, Slime. Everyone's going with Vaping King Slime. You can buy that from two places actually, vapingking.co.uk and justadnick.co.uk. Puros from House of Liquid. Boulevard, Get Pissed or Abolishment, R.Y. Hall, or Aki's Backy. I'm going to quit now. All of it because we're all addicts. What was it? Going to let the fourth dimension in. Someone was making a joke about a post that was made on SV yesterday about where I was quite rude to somebody. If you're a member of SV, just go and search, you'll find my comment. I was quite rude to somebody who believed in aliens, angels, and a load of shit. Am I right? was quite rude to him.
I wouldn't say you were rude. I think you were just very straightforward.
If you ever want to
yeah.
really fuck me off, start talking about alternative therapies, angels, ghosts, and psychics, and you really get me. Craig, what is your news?
What's in my news? The first thing I got was an article very quickly about that appeared saying that vaping low nicotine liquids may increase carbonyls exposure. Yeah, actually it does.
I really love carbonyls. It does.
Yeah. I just wanted the very quick one, which was if you lowered your nicotine level. I'm thinking of this as generally as possible. If as overall of people, do we really vape more if we've got lower nicotine, or are we actually constrained by time and the fact that we've got other things to do than to sit down and vape?
I can't say anything else.
I think it depends what you're doing, doesn't it? I mean, part of my job, I'm sat in front of this computer most of the day. And when the nick levels, when I wasn't able to get anything through nick, I dropped from 3 down to 2, and I'm just going at it and at it and at it. So I can sit here and suddenly realise I've been through 30 mil.
Jesus.
So
it's the other way. I kind of go outside and I'll vape for like 10 minutes, and I can only vape for 10 minutes, and then I'll go back inside again, and I found that it never changed. But I just wonder whether it is the case that just because you're smoking, sorry, God, that's terrible. If you're vaping 3 and you used to vape nick, do you exactly vape twice as much?
I think I do. I do. I do actually, Craig. To be honest.
Do you think?
I don't agree with the bullshit in the paper, but I think most people don't actually vape less nicotine. I think they vape as much nicotine, but they just dilute it.
But it depends. When I'm in a situation where I can't vape, say I'm in the office and I can't until lunchtime, I don't particularly miss it. Do you know? I don't crave it like I crave cigarettes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like I can go for, I used to be religiously on the hour to go out for a cigarette. Now it's kind of like, but that might be just because I dropped down to 3 and I just don't need the nicotine as much as I used to. But I can go through an evening without it. But
I think that's just vaping, to be honest. I don't get.
Yeah.
When I used to, we go on holiday long haul every year, really, about minimum of about 7-8 hours on a flight. And when I smoked, I would be beside myself when I got on the flight, and I actually used a Nicorette inhaler. And I always get people sitting next to me saying, "Are you quitting smoking?" Yeah, nope. I'm not quitting. I've just got to use this because I've got to go on this fucking flight and I'm not allowed to smoke. But now I've quit. But I think it's the other chemicals that used to give you the cravings, the incessant cravings, that I don't get anymore. And I can quite easily sit there on a flight and not get stressed out.
Yeah.
Strangely, if I've got my vape in my pocket, I'm quite happy. If I haven't got it in my pocket, I'm like, "Where's my vape?" I don't want to vape. I just want to know where my vape is.
Yeah. So anyway, next one is I'm just going to go over that Ango rabbit fucking
go for it.
Shit. Mooch decided to go and ask some cotton appeared,
and a perfectly reasonable question.
It was a very perfectly reasonable question, and they made quite a few claims, and they also put loads of labels all over it saying that it was certified FDA.
Go for it from the start as if somebody's never seen it, Greg. I will say that.
Oh God.
Explain what Angle Rabbit is.
Ango rabbit is this stuff, which is, if I go to the application window, this is what Ango rabbit is. It's really nice rabbit. It's this stuff. It's just straightforward fucking cotton. Okay. Now the problem with this is that they've also done a design of the front of the labels which had got Bugs Bunny on the front, which obviously is trademarked and protected up to the hilt. But they've made a few claims alongside this, along the lines of our Ango rabbit cotton is 100% natural organic cotton, and we welcome any professional organisation to test it. If any chemical residue is detected and found harmful to the human body, we are willing to take any legal responsibility. Like, yeah, I'm sure you are. somebody in China out in the middle of nowhere is going to take legal responsibility. Our company not only produces cotton-free cigarettes, but also produces cotton for medical use. We have FDA certification.
I will say, if they added like a prize for that, for the finding another chemical in it, you could easily find hydrogen peroxide, but it wouldn't matter if it was a trace in the right scenario. You could certainly find hydrogen peroxide because you could find it in most things. You can find it in cotton bacon VT, definitely. A very minimal amount, but you could definitely find hydrogen.
Yeah. Number 3, our Ango rabbit cotton is made of combined cotton. Hold on a minute. It's got Ango rabbit is 100% natural organic cotton, and then it says it's a combined cotton, which we grow and produce. We believe it is to be the best cotton. It contains no rayon or asbestos fibers. Well, thank fuck for that. Now, the next bit, because that cotton is specifically developed for vaping, remember, they developed specific cotton for vaping, which is 100% natural organic cotton. This is getting really confusing now. And vape cotton is the only cotton that needs to be characteristic of burn resistance. We took 7 months of research and developed, finally, we got what we wanted, burning resistance. This cotton, then, is burn resistant. Okay? All cotton currently selling on the market is graded cosmetic cotton, and that is why we cannot bear the burning test. And that is why some vapors are doubting our cotton's burning resistance. It's mad. Anyway, it kicked off, and Mooch has done a great big thread, and I will try and get together some links on it. Masty also did a big bit of it on plumes, and it's well worth watching what he does on plumes with it all. But they also used various images, like down here you'll see there's a nice picture of a field with where they're doing the collecting and some growing and some other bits like that. Well, it turns out that when Mooch asked, are these the fields with your cotton? Tina replied, yes. Jay Moochow said thank you, and she said you're welcome. If you do a reverse lookup, you'll find that they also have it for Super Monkey, 4 sets of duvet covers, and if you scroll down just a little bit, we'll get to it eventually. There you go. Look, it's a picture of that cotton being used also for making Super Monkey or whatever it is. Super Monkey sheets. They're also used in loads of other places. But there was one little bit which made me giggle a little bit, which is that somebody tried to own Mooch. Now, Mooch did a big long thread. He did a big thing saying, this vaping cotton does not automatically become approved by the FDA just because you might sell cotton that is. What are your numbers? Which ISO and FCC standards? She said, our FDA, ROSH, FCCE, ISO certification. It's not casual. You're not our customer. We have no reason to provide you. Mooch says, you're not required to. I agree, but there's a lot of reasons to do so anyway. Vapors like to know what a product like, and this actually complies with the standards. Now, this is just epic, which is our products are also in line with our standards. You do the battery test. You do not understand cotton. It's like, wow, somebody just bitch slapped Mooch. So, Mooch, we love you. That was just epic, mate. We welcome professional organisation to test our cotton. Well, technically, he's pretty much as professional as shit gets, really, now with vaping. I may not know as much about cotton as your technical staff does, but I do know about standards and compliance marks. Anyway, it carried on for a little bit, and then eventually they just stopped responding to Mooch and disappeared off the face of the earth. And they've not spoken to him since. I chatted to him the other day.
I think we can all come to don't touch it. Because if they're not going to back it up, don't.
Yeah, I agree with that. One thing I would say is that a lot of manufacturers have a lot of certification marks on a lot of packaging and I don't think any of it is worth anything.
Yeah.
No.
Now, the
I think they just put them on there because the fake Action Man toys that they also produce have the same marks, and they think that's just what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's fucking comedy gold. They got things like "Made in the USA" on it. Just no. I wouldn't go anywhere near it. So that's my advice. If they'd like to send us some, and we will test it to see whether it burns.
Joking, I've been offered 40 packets.
And presumably, if it's organic cotton that they've turned into burn-resistant cotton, is it like genetically modified or something?
That's amazing.
I don't know how they've done that. How have they
GM
done
cotton. Yeah, you might be onto something.
I've got to tell you, what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to clamp the house with it if they send me 40 packets.
Yeah,
Burn resistant.
good idea. Just the whole house just full of burn resistant material.
I might pull it out of my cheeky monkey duvet.
You're all right. If you have a fire in your house, if you have a fire in your house, you just climb inside your cheeky monkey duvet, and then off. That's it. Or super monkey. Anyway, Telford Vape Show is this weekend. Just look for Telford Vape Show on Facebook.com. But you'd never guess where it is. It's in Telford. Next up is the Huffington Post, who I just fucking hate. Absolutely, just
you hate all mainstream media.
I do. It just bugs me. How to talk to your team about the Huffington Post.
Do you really hate it?
It's just, oh god, it's full of shit.
Fair enough.
It's full of shit. It's gone off the rails, especially when it does this. Which is
about drugs, amazing.
6 tips for parents. Now I'm going to skip down to.
You should tell them they're the coolest thing to do, and mum and dad do them all the time because they wouldn't fucking touch it.
Yeah, exactly. So it goes on about doing loads and loads of shitloads of drugs and other bits and stuff like that, and then eventually gets to paragraph 5, which is what about vaping? Well, JM, I'll just go back to JM. We talked to John Martin, Program Director and Drug Prevention Specialist. Not my kid. John said that a couple of times probably. Is a non-profit. And there's no way John's non-profit. I'm sorry, John, you're not. No, John's not non-profit. Anyway, it says here, what about vaping? JM says vaping is big. Usually when kids get introduced to it, they're vaping just the juice. E-liquid comes in. Kid-friendly flavors like watermelon and blueberry. I fucking hate that. It's like, I'm an adult. I'm not allowed to like blueberries and watermelons now because they're kid-friendly.
That's why no alcohol is ever flavored with anything, ever.
Yeah. The perception of risk is low. There may not be any nicotine in it when they start, although there are issues with that. Anytime that kids are getting that vapor into their lungs, they're going to have issues like popcorn lung, which can cause irreversible lung damage. Then they're getting addicted to the vape.
Zero
like
cases.
THC.
Let's just say 0 cases worldwide for popcorn.
Yeah.
None. 0. Zip all. Fucking nothing.
And I've always thought, surely popcorn lung isn't that in itself popcorn? Popcorn lung, isn't that in itself attractive to kids? I mean, popcorn.
It sounds good. Fancy a bit of that.
Yeah. I think they would. So anyway, then it goes on to things like THC and dab, and then they explain what that is. Basically, a small dab of THC is extracted from the cannabis. It's like, fuck off, just fucking stop it. So anyway, the Huffington Post, you go back in.
The heroin, and the Americans are just weed. I thought the Americans were busy running over lefties this week. Is that not the thing?
Shit. But
it's both of their faults. But
it gets even
protesters
better.
And the people protesting the protest.
I thought it was Jews.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh, I hope Jay Bigglesworth isn't watching this. Anyway, next up. Oh God!
I adore you, Richard.
That's our monetization fucked. We're not
Told you we
monetized.
needed to be able to edit.
Yeah, sorry.
Don't say cunt. I've said it a couple of times. So I got away with it.
What about bollocks?
No, you can't say that either.
No, you can say
Can't say
bollocks.
bollocks.
Yeah, cunt brings up.
Say bollocks.
It's just a limit thing. So, like, I think bollocks is 12 times and cunt's 5.
Oh,
Bollocks.
okay.
Bollocks.
So Cunt. Anyway,
Matrix.
stunts could expose teens to high levels of harmful chemicals, scientists worry, which is vape tricks could increase health risks. What, Marv, making you look a fucking douche and getting beaten up?
Yeah, exactly. Doing that in a pub. I always wanted to know when that's.
Anyway.
You know when people do a tornado and they go, whoa, you're like, when are you going to do that in the pub? Like that.
Yeah.
You're
You're going to knock somebody's pint over and get glassed. That's
Yeah,
what's
you're
gonna
going
happen
to
to you.
get your face smashed.
See, it's hazardous to your health. There you go.
Yeah, but they go waterfall, Cheerios, cloud chasing. These are names for shapes or patterns that people can make when exhaling
What was the
vapor
last
from an e-cigarette.
What was the last one? What was Cheerios? I kind of assume with small O's. What was the last one?
They got waterfall, Cheerios, cloud chasing.
Oh, cloud.
So there you go.
I think that's a trick.
Cheerios will just be O's.
Yeah,
Cheerios.
but you're happy about them.
While they may be fun, researchers worry that such stunts could lead to increased health risks for teens. Oh, Jesus. Anyway, it goes on and does its various bit. But I thought what I'd do is, it's like others spewed out big, thick billows of vapor. I could see why teens might be interested. Some of the tricks were fascinating, Pepper admit. Anyway, I'll put a link in
cloud gazing in there.
Oh, it's nearly at cloud gazing, but it gets better.
I think he's a
gets
cloud
even
gazer. I
better.
think that's what the problem is.
Okay, so anyway, it does a thing where it goes on about power words. I don't know what these are. I think it's, well, the thing is science news for students. So it's basically trying to tell students what the meaning of the word adolescent is, which is,
Amazing.
and then cancer, and then chemical. I mean, cloud. I mean, you're fucked if you haven't got these, really, haven't you? You know, risk. There you go, risk. That's a good one. We like that one.
We've got Rick has just rejoined. Yes!
Oh my God.
Yes!
Grovenator.
Yay!
He's done it.
We can see Rick. Hello,
Can
Rick.
you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes! Yay! That's
How's it
live
going,
from
fellas?
the same sofa you were at last year.
Yes, it is actually. Yes, where I sit at the computer.
How's your holiday, Rick? How's the holiday?
Yeah, really good. Thanks, mate. Yeah, I'm presenting to everyone. Turn me off.
No, I just put you on present. I just did it.
Oh, I was on. I might be.
Yeah, really good. Thanks. Really good. Thanks, fellas. Yeah, really relaxing. Been down the beach all day today. Really nice.
Good.
Have you burnt your knees?
Yeah, they're a bit red. Look, I'll show you my knee. Look.
That is a red. It looks like your own head. It's like having two Ricks.
Bloody hell, having a right proper knees up.
Hey. Ba-dum-tee.
I can't hear a great deal. It's pretty poor quality on this laptop, but I just thought I'd poke my head in and say hello. And hope it went all right, Chandler.
I was just wondering if, seeing as you've turned up, do I need to go now?
No. This is just extra specialness.
Awesome.
Yeah. Just passing
Well,
by.
look, I'll let you guys get back on with it. I'll catch you next week. Can't wait to. I'll be back.
Have a delightful holiday, Rick.
Yeah.
And love to Rosie and Tilly and Annie.
Love you.
I'll pass that on.
See you soon, man.
Cool. See you in a bit, Rick.
Love you.
So, we love you. So anyway, there's an article that got referenced at the end of that thing about vape tricks. So I went looking at the document that it referenced, and it came up with this one, which is an article called "Risk Factors for Youth E-Cigarette Vape Trick Behavior." Now, what happened in the middle of this lot was, now this is the one which is goes on about the purpose of the test, the methods that we use to decide it, and then it gets to the results. Now this is just gripping. Now tell me the bit that kind of stands out in this, which is the majority of EVP using adolescents, which is electronic vape pen, I think.
Oh, right.
Reportedly trying 77.8 and watching vape tricks in person or online. Risk factors for performing vape tricks included using advanced vaping devices, vaping every day, white race.
White race. Wow.
Back to the
I mean, how the fuck do you reach that point?
That's amazing.
Also, you're not allowed to make up your own acronyms. That's our job.
Yeah, damn it.
We do.
Moderate levels of seeing.
Sit with the RDA on top of my mods, chill out.
Yeah, but look at it. I mean, a risk factor for performing vape tricks includes, is sharing vaping information on social media is a risk, and believing that vape pens use is more normative among peers. Likelihood of trying vape tricks decreases as beliefs about the harmfulness of EVPs increased. Honestly, it's fucking mental. But apparently, one of the risks is white race. Apparently,
oh, it's true.
Fucking insane.
Come on, I mean, 4 out of 4 whiteys right here.
There's a lot of whites vape.
Rick's a bit red. Rick's a bit red.
And I am actually, I would just say, actually, it's not quite 4 because I am 1/32nd Jamaican. So it's not 100% 4 people.
Wow.
1/32nd? What?
I'm 1/32nd Jamaican.
Yeah,
So which bit of you is Jamaican then?
Would you like to know?
I'm just no, I'm not.
Well, I can't stop thinking about you. Trousers.
Anyway, the last one is very good. The last one I wanted to just do very quickly was there was a vape event at the weekend, which not very many people knew about, to be honest. And unfortunately, what happened was that somebody, MTN Tom, ended up getting a bag nicked. A whole bag with a Purge Mod Turbo, Black Purge RDA, Knuckle Up Dragon, a Goon 1.5 with his name on it, a Frost Mod V2 with a K-Fun and a Steam Tuner's cap. It's all sorts of fucking
Surely
stuff.
the guy that stole it was the only other guy there.
What was the event even called? Nobody.
Vape Finder London.
Don't have an event the week after Vape Fest. You're gonna have a bad day. You mentioned. I'm really sorry to rub it into the guy who lost his mod, but I will say because I keep forgetting to say this. This is going to be on SV. Sure. I'm not going to tell you what it's about because it's their job to tell you. But Mr. Frost of Frost Mods was told by Jimmy Parker that there was going to be a raffle shortly. It's not the current one on SV, it's a new one that's coming up shortly. But Mr. Frostmods, on hearing about that, instantly donated this box right here. A Frostmods. Nice. I haven't attached anything to it. I'll put in any batches because I want it to go absolutely brand new to the new user. But I just wanted to show that. And I will say, when I say instantly, he had a Frostmods box as a prize for something else. Jimmy Parker. Jimmy explained the need for something else just in passing, and he instantly gave this over and said, "Make sure this goes to the thing." So I would say, what a man! This is what keeps British industry in vaping going. Is people like Frostbox guys. That's really, really cool.
Yep. So anyway, yeah. So don't nick shit from events that you don't go to.
We're gonna have to go because we're gonna have to go on to the next thing because we are an hour and 35 minutes in.
Go.
Shall we do? It's Chandler's got his notes.
Chandler, go.
Notes. All right. Okay. Do I present? No. Do I?
No, I do
No,
that
don't
for
worry.
you.
No, you do that, right? Okay. I
There you
saw
go.
this afternoon in the Sun and thought it was hilarious. The Sun. Smokers who use e-cigarettes every day are most likely to quit cigarettes, which I thought was a nice positive thing. But the line underneath, the probability of quitting smoking was 3 times higher in vapors than those who smoke tobacco. Now, presumably, if you smoke tobacco, you've not quit cigarettes, unless you are smoking a cigar or a pipe or something. It just amused me.
Yeah. It's kind of
But
like you've not.
Yeah, it was just the wordplay in there that amused me. But the article was that was it. The article was just going on that if you vape every day, you're more likely to stay off the cigarettes than if you just used your e-cig intermittently, which I thought was fairly obvious.
Yeah.
But
Smokers who use e-cigarettes every day are more likely to quit.
quit smoking.
Yeah.
Yes. So if you use an e-cigarette every day, you're more likely to not smoke tobacco than somebody who uses their e-cigarette
When they're not smoking.
Yeah, infrequently.
Yeah. Or dual fuel in it. If they dual fuel it, as Big Tom calls it. Yeah.
Is that's the most obvious statement ever?
Pretty much what I thought. Yeah. So there you
People
go.
who don't drink alcohol are less likely to drink alcohol.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Less likely to get drunk as well.
They need a pro feeder, don't they?
So there you go. Right. My other thing.
Sorry, but I've actually copyrighted right. So
have you? Okay. Right. I'll try not to say that. Right. Okay. Yeah. If you listen to the podcast, you'll know that I've been doing these X1 randomizer things. And
What podcast?
What podcast? The vaguely vaping related podcast. If you're interested, it's on SoundCloud. So look for SoundCloud/the VVRP. That's THEVVRP. Or you can just search for it in iTunes. There you go. Right, that's the plug.
Awesome.
So yeah, on Monday, I entered a raffle with Infiniome. Rick got an Infiniome Squonker. I'm sure he showed it last time he was on. He had an Infiniome Squonker. So they were having a raffle, and I actually won it.
Oh wow!
Yay!
So I'm like, yay! It was Tuesday when I was with you guys on Tuesday. So I wasn't paying any attention. I just entered the raffle and thought, there you go, that's it, that's fine. And promptly forgot about it. So it was about 2 hours after he'd done the randomizer and the draw and everything that he sent me a message. So, but yeah, so go and have a look on Infinium. The mods are absolutely gorgeous, and I feel so lucky to have won that one. There is a picture in there if you want to show it.
Have you? So have you got it yet? No.
I haven't got it yet. No, because he's finishing it off. It's showing my complete lack of knowledge about mod making. It's got a switch. It's a dual parallel unregulated box, but it's got a switch FET on it, and he's connected it to a secondary PFET. And I had to actually ask him. I had to ask him what that meant, because I didn't really know what a PFET did. But
so when you get it, please put a picture on the group.
Yeah. I will. There is a picture in there's a folder, Infinium folder.
Yeah, I'm trying to find my folders at the moment. So give me. You carry on doing that, and I'll try and find it.
So yeah, and he's doing another mod. He's doing it's Herbie McCubbin. So have a look on Facebook, Infiniome.
Oh yeah.
But he's doing a lipo mod for his next one, made out of stabwood. So quite interested to see how that's going to come out.
It looks like one of these.
There you go.
There you go.
How
Looks like one of them.
shiny is that?
It's quite
Very
smart,
nice.
isn't it?
I like that. I like
So
that a lot.
he's just waiting for some magnets to come, I think, and to put it together. And I think with Rick being on holiday, I might not get it for another fortnight.
No, you will, because
So-
modmaker.co.uk is being run by two very capable ladies right now, so all orders are still going out as normal.
Awesome.
Yeah, you might get it. You might get it.
So there you go. I just wanted to mention Herbie, and thank you very much for that one. And my complete bad luck at X1s has finished.
Yeah.
Yay.
So yeah, looking forward to that. Right. Oh yes. While I was at Vape Fest, even.
Not fake, but don't
yeah.
do that.
Oh, I know. This is the stuff that I normally edit out when I'm doing a podcast. Everyone's got juice that they don't like. There's nothing wrong with the juice. They just don't like it. And I got some juice that I bought pre-TPD. It was a peanut butter juice. It was fine. I just can't stand peanut butter.
That's a problem.
Yeah, well, it was you buy the whole lot for a ridiculously cheap price, so it just came in with the flavors. So what I did was I got a couple of bottles. I put it into a 60ml bottle, and I gave it away to somebody that said they liked peanut butter vapes. So I don't know if Dan. It just happened to be Dan Goodchild. I don't know if he's in chat or anything. Is he in chat? There you go. I gave him the bottle, and on the bottle I'd stuck a little label that said "Vape me, refill me, and give me away." So
that's a very good idea.
So when he's finished that bottle, Dan, you've got to fill it up with something that you don't like that you've got, and then hand it to someone else. And it'll be nice. It'll be nice to know. It'd be nice to know where the bottle's going. So I just thought I'd mention that. And if anyone's got any juice they don't like, just put it in a bottle and give it away to someone. Because mine have got a tendency to sit on my shelf, and I know I'm not going to vape it. So why clutter up your shelf?
And don't fucking sell it.
Don't sell liquid.
What's the point in selling that? And I also wanted to ask you, like, my mum rang me up. It was first thing on Saturday morning at Fest. And she rang me. No, she had a problem with she couldn't get a computer to print. Don't ask.
Computers can't do that.
It kept printing to, and it doesn't matter. She was printing to a file, PDF or something. She just needed to change the printer, but it took me 3/4 of an hour to do that. But she says, "Where are you?" And I told her I was in a festival. I don't know about you guys. When I smoked, I did not smoke in front of my parents. I did not tell my parents that I smoked, or anything like anything in front of parents was a big.
I'll give you that. Do you know what, John? How old I was 30. I was last year. I was 35 or 34 when my mum found out I smoked, and I didn't smoke anymore. But actually. Yeah,
I for my wedding, I purposefully bought 2 huge fuck off cigars because, you know, it's my wedding. I can get away with smoking a cigar.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Whereas smoking cigarettes just wasn't. So I just wondered whether if anyone else had anything like this. I mean,
so what festival were you at?
I said it was a music festival.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, my mum knows. No, my mum knows now.
Yeah, but she then Googled it. So when I spoke to my mum yesterday, she was like, "Oh, I had a look, and the only festival I could find was something to do with e-cigarettes." And I'm like, "Oh, fuck. Yeah, that's where I was." So
I'm fairly lucky. I'm fairly lucky because mine's dead.
Wow.
I can do what the fuck I like. Mine's sitting in a fucking box.
You look.
So yeah, she can't figure out how to get a computer to print, but she can use Google well enough to find out that I was at Vape Fest.
Yeah, if I get emails from mine saying I can't work out how to make the printer work, then
Yeah,
something's well wrong.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. You want your money back from the co-op.
Trouble with having a mum
Oh,
who's a
yeah.
retired private eye, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd be having words. I'd be going, what are you trying to print?
Perhaps she's revised her will.
Yeah, I don't know what she's going to sign it with. Yeah, didn't stick a pen in there. Anyway, how are we doing for time?
Yeah, all right.
Now I think we ought to go on to Rick now for that one.
I really love doing that. I love doing that. Yeah, she's dead.
Dead mum jokes and dead nan jokes, which is what I've done a lot on the show. I like to make disgustingly dirty jokes about my nan, then go, she's dead. She's not bothered.
Oh,
Yeah.
so there you go.
Moving on.
Yeah, moving on.
Yeah.
Got it.
Should we do my news?
Yeah, your turn.
News, Richard.
Right, I've condensed it. Craig, though, if you could click that link and
I
put us
can
in.
do that.
We for some reason this is getting a lot of airtime. Not exactly sure why, but they are finally now officially released imagery of the vicious ant squonker, and because we've inadvertently teased it throughout, I thought we should actually show it now. It's available to see. So this is it. This is it. The Vanguard.
It's got something quite
squonker.
special about it, hasn't it?
They always do a little bit extra, don't they?
But do you know that? I know where the bottles are from.
Yes. But it does look quite good. It's got a Yeehee SX475 chipset.
One of the Chris Scott's got one of those in it.
I think so. I think is that the 5 something with the joystick?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a regulated squonker, which is quite a thing because, like we said earlier on, there is a slight lack of those.
Yeah,
it kind of does look nice.
I think there's a slight. I think we mentioned there was a slight lack of reasonably priced. I don't think they've released the price yet, have they?
$350.
Oh, they have. Sorry, it's right at the bottom. $350.
$350.
Not cheap.
That's a lot.
Their
of
stuff
money.
isn't.
Yeah. No.
But I thought
the problem I've
quite pretty.
Yeah, I mean it is quite. I mean it looks all right, but there's one problem. Well, there are actually two problems I can see on here, which is first of all it's a pre-order. Vicious Ant have already made enough fucking money out of people for they don't need to be doing pre-orders. But we'll get to pre-orders and well, I'm just going to put this out here as well while we're at it. I didn't stick it in the notes, but Grim Green, stop fucking around with that fucking Atty and just show pictures of what the fucking thing looks like and stop doing all that cool kid shit. Sorry about that. Really insane. And the second thing is that Vicious Ant it's Vicious Ant. Ever since they did the whole variant thing with UK eSig store where they basically flipped a mod. And the way that they behaved with the whole thing, then I'm just done with them. And the other, there is a third one, which is their customer service absolutely sucks balls. So.
Well, they never resolved some of the issues, did they, with the variant?
Yeah, it was just.
So interesting. It's finally out, and that's the last we'll say.
Say again, John.
I was saying, can we all just agree that it has got a cracking bottle in it?
Yeah, it's got.
It has, yeah.
One of the best bottles.
The bottle's worth the money. Yeah, the bottle's worth the money, definitely.
Entrance fee alone.
I'm also thinking. I mean, a lot of the mods we've got a bit of a sci-fi theme. Does it look a bit like a Cylon from Battlestar Galactica?
I think you've let your geek out. I have no idea.
Do you think
Battlestar Galactica is about?
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
I've let my inner geek out.
It's form over function, isn't it, with that high peak?
The battery. I will say that the bottle system, if it doesn't leak, like nothing to do with the actual make of the bottle, but the connection. It slides in from the side. If it doesn't leak, it's great. I await reviews of the mod.
Yeah. So that's that.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
how I've done a thing. Next on my notes. It's all right, I've got them right here. Okay, so again, with the regulated squonking stuff, we did talk about quite a bit. Oh. So this undercurrent of regulated squonking, and we talk about the lack of it and lack of affordable ones. Kanga did one; it was crap. There's another; it was even worse. And there's a lack of them. And we have chatted about this before on the show, and we sort of said the main issue is size. If you add a board, add a battery, add a bottle, it gets a bit big. But then in the last couple of weeks, this came out, which is the RX Gen 3 from Wismec, and it's 3 batteries, and it is so small. It's just so small, and I just think, is this the answer? Is take a battery away,
take a battery away and stick a squonk in it.
And I just wonder if someone like Wismec can just do it, get on with it, stop making stuff like this.
I know that is now.
Well, stop. Oh, yeah.
That is my
Hold that up again.
mod of choice.
Hold that up again. No,
Oh, which one? This one or this one?
Yeah, that metal thing in your right hand.
Yeah. Stop making these. Stop making these. They seem a really two-sided company. They go from the sublime to the ridiculous in a heartbeat. Yeah. But I just feel like I still don't know what voodoo they've done to get it this size, because it's so tiny.
Have you got an original RX to go on?
200S here. Oh, and he told them.
Jesus Christ. It's a big difference.
Yeah.
Smaller footprint as well.
It's genuinely shockingly small. It's a lot of people talked about the touchscreen minicking mod that came out and how small that was. It's smaller than that. It's phenomenal size, and it just feels like now is the time. One of these Chinese producers of e-cigarettes needs to just bring one out. It's time, I think. I think you can get. I think it can be done. The drone from Lost Vape is a thing, but it's not cheap. It's because it's a Evolve board, and that is not small either. That is very big. But that's probably the best regulated squonker right now. But yeah, so I think there's an opportunity there. Last one, I've got condensed notes now. Oh, this one's a bit of a talking point, and I might be way off the mark here.
Go for it.
It's perfectly happy to be shot down. And I know that everyone in this hangout is guilty of this, so I probably am going to get shot down. Lick testing juice.
Yeah, I do it all the time.
It's not. How is that? I don't get it. How is that a thing? You don't listen to a casserole before deciding to eat it.
So let me go for it for a work perspective of what liquids I'm going to buy.
It doesn't taste the same when you lick it to when you vape it.
No. I do vape it as well. But so there's like 3 points to this, and I've got a really good liquid that fails 2 of the tests and wins 1 of them. Actually,
can I guess? Can I guess the liquid?
Go for it. Yeah.
Is it that natter from that you've just had in?
It is. It is exactly that. Yeah. Is that it? Amanda, if you're watching, it smells like a custard I would never vape in a million years. It lick tests like custard I would never vape in a million years, and it vapes fantastically. So the point for me is, if somebody says, "Oh, I've smelt it and I don't like it," then I could say, "Vape it." If somebody said, "I've lick tested it and I don't like it," I could say, "Vape it," because you're wrong. It doesn't taste like it. It doesn't vape like it tastes. For me, of doing lick tests. And there are a couple of things that it works really well with. Nick, if you're going to use a nick to mix with, and you licked it off the back of your hand, that is quite a good test for whether it's going to be peppery or not. I'm not telling you to lick nick, but I've done it a lot in what I do at work, and the nick we use tastes of nothing. And
I get it. I get the nick licking.
We don't affect the flavours. Yeah, the nick is because it's meant to be nothing.
I've thrown it out to chat. General consensus going forwards. Nay, 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 yay, yay, but don't trust it. Nope, don't get it. Yay, nay, nay, yay, yay. No, it's quite split.
It seems to be a fairly obvious thing to do, though, doesn't it? Because the flavors we're using are food flavorings. So you kind of think, well, if it's a food flavoring, it should taste like what it vapes.
But it doesn't taste like what it vapes like.
No, it doesn't.
I agree with you. But
all my favourite juices taste disgusting.
I like it. Chris Bishop did say he would lick John's 5 head. I did.
I would imagine that does vape like it tastes.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd try it.
Craig, go on, Craig. What's your take on it?
Yeah, I mean, I tend to try it, but then I'll vape it pretty much anyway. So sometimes some can be just utterly fucking rank. I mean, it's like John, you were saying it tasted like a custard that you wouldn't normally vape, but at least it tasted like a custard. Sometimes you'll taste test a juice and it will just taste fucking terrible.
I've got one for that actually. I think Planet Cracker lick taste is nasty.
Yeah, you've got a point there. Actually, you've got a good point.
It's a damn good liquid.
Yeah.
The worst thing ever though, when we used to vape those Cartos, the worst thing ever was when you got a gob full of juice because you just ended up spitting everywhere because it was just foul.
Ooh.
But that's got to do with PG. You see, I lick test concentrates, not made up liquids. So.
Yeah, you're right.
Right, I'm
Planet
going
Cracker
to do one
a
right
lot
now.
harsher. Yeah.
So I'm going to do. What's this called, Craig? The bad boy.
Bavarian Bad Boy.
Bavarian bad boy. Right.
Yeah, that'll taste all right. That'll taste exactly like Greg's.
Quite sharp, but does taste quite a lot like it vapes.
Yeah. There you go. That's the test there.
There we go.
But
Yeah.
what would you do with that?
Yeah.
From that scientific experiment, we have decided that it's fine.
What would you do with that information, though? Because it's not the same. It's not exactly the same. And there's certain juices that can just make you but they're lovely when you vape them. I just don't get it. I don't know. It seems like I'm not on my own. According to chat, it's a 50-50 thing, so I'm happy with that.
I think John's got a point as well, though. It's kind of like sometimes you're testing it just for the nick as well, because if you got bad nick,
Definitely.
fucking that just stands out straight away if you taste it.
That's
You're
why
muted,
John. Sorry, that's why I was saying. From my point of view, it's sort of a man from Del Monte thing that I just doing everything across the thing because I want to check if the nick affects it. I want to check it because VG. I will see VG won't kill you. So if you've got some VG at home, people use it as a cold cure because they're mental. Stick some of the taste the VG you're using. VG is very, very sweet. So the thing that a lot of the times when we used to fire atomizers and they would spit back, the VG is what it's actually doing. It's quite cloying. It's not pleasant.
Yeah, I think it is a good indicator for nick. So that was just it was just a weird thought. Is it just me? I think it's crazy. So yeah, that's okay. It's 50-50. I'm happy with that.
Crazy.
Not on my
I like Jim Parker's comment in chat. Lick test Coolada just because it's fun.
Yeah, to be fair, that is quite similar experience. Okay, next one. This is out on a limb as well. I've had an amazing new vape idea.
What is it?
Oh god.
Could completely revolutionize vaping, or it could be a damp squib. Right. Have you ever had a dripper? You're dripping away some custard or something like that, a very normal, palatable juice, and then you accidentally stick something in. You accidentally do a few drops by mistake of something along the lines of a lemon tart or a menthol or something like that. Have you ever done that?
Yeah.
Yes.
And it stays
Yeah.
in there, doesn't it, forever?
Yeah.
Like
So
no
you
matter, how
win,
much,
wicked.
no matter how much more of the juice you intended to put in, you put in, it stays there. Right.
Yeah.
Imagine if that was intentional. If you actually had a flavor you wanted to put in to boost it, like a condiment when you're eating.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Vaping condiments.
It could be like a thing, you know.
Vaping condiments.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Like bitters. Like if you're making a cocktail, people like to use bitters sometimes.
Yeah, like if you got a juice and it's just there's a bit meh, a few drops of a vaping condiment menthol.
Yeah. All right.
Huh? This is in the public domain now. I welcome people to bring out vaping condiments. I think it's a thing. How good is that?
So we're now going to get some salt and pepper juice.
And it'd last for ages. One bottle would last for just like it does with, say, vinegar.
You just put like one drip in the atomizer and just use that.
It'd be personal preference like vinegar.
But what happens? It'd be like when you've got your plate and you've got a little pile of salt on the side. Okay, you've just put your salt on there. Rather than put a little bit of salt.
Why are you putting salt on the side?
Sometimes you keep a little bit on the side just to kind of like, dab little bits in occasionally, It's like some folk do. But it's like having that one bit of food and then forgetting that little pile of salt's there and then it actually hitting it and then forgetting it was there and then eating it. You might just end up with a mouthful of just the condiment.
Never.
You might just end up with a bit of the condiment.
Right. Has anybody got anything?
We'll leave that hanging in the wind, and we'll see what.
Yeah, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for a tomato sauce flavour. That would be awesome.
I don't know.
Yeah,
mint,
lemon. Rick says as well. Yeah.
Certain ones don't work. You can't drop one drop of custard in, and suddenly it changes forever. But it's a thing.
Yeah.
It's a thing. It's out there. Let's see what happens this time next week.
Yeah.
Vapingcondiments.com.
Just add condiments. Just add condiments. That's what it'll be.
Right, back to our scheduled programming. Have we got a Twitter account of the week?
I've got a very quick one actually, which was, I don't know if anybody saw this, but the National Lottery did a thing where they, how occasionally you get like Boaty McBoatface where they say name it and they come up with a stupid name. Well, the National Lottery did one where they ended up. I think you could either put some kind of message in front of an athlete who was running in the for British athletics and support. Anyway, they came up with these are the ones that came up. So let me just click on this. John will love some of these. Here you go. Which is Maggie Thatcher is dead. Marshall hit his wife. Joseph Fritzl, white supremacist. Next up, we got AJ Ditkhan's wife. Maggie's in the mud. Raoul Moat. I have Maddie was one.
Oh, Raoul Moat. What happened to Raoul Moat?
Now, here you go, John. Here's the best one of the lot. I saved the best one to last. This one's great. Here you go.
Oh, my God. You know what, though? I love the British public because no one else would do that. No one else would do that. Boaty McBoatface, it's funny as shit because there's no other country in the world that would think, yeah, we can really fuck this up. And I think that is something to be proud of.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
So we got like Oscars, Shags, Grannies. Harry likes Kiss Me Daddy.
Harry likes kids is good.
Amazing.
It's excellent, isn't it? Raoul Moat. Oh, so anyway, just that's
genuine and not photoshopped.
Oh, is it still on? Hold on, I'll do it for the. I think I was still clicked on Richard. They're saying present. Hold on.
No, it was presenting.
No, that's fine.
Okay, can you see it?
Yeah,
No,
don't worry.
So there you go. Here are the three. So, And
So
finally,
are they genuine or photoshopped?
No, genuine.
no, these are actual ones. Yeah, these all appeared on the National
We
Lottery's
did one a while
timeline.
ago. Did we do the one a while ago with which was you could text in something and it would look like Gary Lineker was holding it? And
Yeah,
it was
the
amazing.
Walker's Crisps one. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
it was
Walker's
amazing.
Crisps one when they went wrong.
Yeah.
But there you go.
I thank you, British people, for being the funniest people on earth, because they fuck them. Keep sending in disgusting shit because it's hilarious.
Just to remind everybody in chat, there is a big delay that goes on between you and us, and it's just fucking YouTube. So when you type it on there, it takes it sometimes takes a long time to come through. But yeah, there you go. Fist me daddy. I'm going to leave fist me daddy there. Just leave it.
While you're still presenting, Craig, should we jump into Troll of the Week?
Oh, have you got a troll? Just quickly there.
There's a troll folder.
There's a troll folder. I tell you, I'm going to have to go. Oh, damn it. I've got to get out of this. How do I get out? There we go. Just go. 93. Troll.
Okay.
Here we go.
So we return to Yahoo Answers. .com or Yahoo Answer. I don't know what it's called. And so this time it's the worst questions asked on Yahoo Answers. So example number 1, what causes floods in California? Water. The obvious answer to that one. Actually, that's quite a sensible question in a way, just really poorly phrased. So next one. I really like the response to this question. Obviously, the question's crazy. But I pee when I poo, but I don't poo when I pee. I pee when I poo, but I don't poo when I pee. What is wrong with me? Someone just replied, within 13 minutes, normal. Now go and play.
Oh, God.
This is amazing from start to finish. Just grammatically, phraseology, everything. Why do crocodiles walk so gaily? This is the painting category. We know nothing about gay crocodiles.
They walk like they got their nails done or something. Oh, here we go.
How can I safely look at a picture of the sun? I know.
I know. Oh, that to look at the sun can make you blind. But what if I took a picture of the sun with my phone? Would it still ruin my eyes?
Sam replied, look at the picture at night when the sun is sleeping.
Jesus.
This is. I don't know if it's just I enjoyed this because I work in IT or not, but my printer won't print GIFs properly. I got a new printer. My old one was really bad and I knew it couldn't handle GIFs. But now, with the new one, when I try to print a GIF, it prints, but the picture doesn't move. How do I fix this? Am I doing something wrong?
Oh, God.
So I think they're in Harry Potter or something.
And 2 years later...
That's all I had was Harry Potter.
2 years later, this still doesn't have an answer.
Oh, just leaving them hanging just like that.
Oh.
They'll be there going, move.
Where do you start?
Yeah, you're done, aren't
Ask
you?
the IT technician at Hogwarts. There you go.
Yeah. Right, we're 2 hours and 8 minutes in. There you go.
I finished them enough.
I'm knackered now.
Do you know what? I decided to drink tonight because, and as I said to my wife before I started the show, I might as well drink too much because I shit on a Friday morning anyway. So I might as well drink too much.
That works.
Right, everybody.
Richard.
I was going to say thank you very much for watching the Ideal Home Show. We'll be back next Thursday at 9 p.m. ish. Thank you very much. Chandler.
Thank you very much for having me. Don't forget the Vape Related Podcast.
Vaguely Related Podcast.
Yay!
The Vaguely Vaping Related Podcast. You can get it on more things than that. You can go on Android and go on Beyond Pod. You can go on Apple iTunes. You can go on any old shit.
SoundCloud.
SoundCloud. All that shit.
Pod app.
But thank you very much for watching and putting up with us, as you do every week. And good night.
See you next Thursday.
See you next Thursday.
Bye. I'll hit the button. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.